Hey YouTube, this is Brian, and it is New Comic Book Day Eve. So yeah, dig in your socks and pull out some change for tomorrow. So what I'm doing tonight is another contest entry. I told you before I was going to try to do more of these as a way to be more of a part of the community, other than hey, look at me, look what comic books I wasted my fucking lunch money on today. Um, so the contest that I'm going to enter is Tom Ryan for his 200 subscribers. So three things he wants to know is your best stealth buys. These are mine right here. And he wants you to give some shout outs to at least 3 YouTubers. And he wants to know what books you're working on that are under 200 issues. Or actually, I'm sorry, it shouldn't be under 200 issues because that would just go to 199. So I'm guessing that he really means 200 issues. So before I get into that one, I think that books, almost all the New 52 books, almost all the Marvel books should be disqualified from that list because even though a lot of the Marvel books are even yeah, a lot of the Marvel books with their re-release of Marvel Now and Heroes Reborn and Heroes Return and the New 52 books, those books are all well over 200 issues in my opinion because in particular, I mean, like Marvel, whenever a book hits like 100, what would have been its 100th issue, like Nova, they come, I think it was issue 10, should have been, well, is the 100th Nova book that Marvel published, so he put 100 on the cover. So, yeah, there, Nova. Nova's one that I'm working on that's below 200. But you watch, when it comes time for what would have been the 1000th issue of Action Comics, you watch and see if DC doesn't do something special for that. So yeah, that's my thing. I think books that would have been over 200 or were already over 200, had they stayed within one volume and weren't retooled for the sake of sales, should be disqualified. So that being said, Nova's one that I'm working on. The other books are Chew. These are just the ones that I'm really, really want to try to complete the runs of, get them all and read them all and have them all. So Nova is the other one. No, I'm sorry. Nova is the first one. Chew from Image is another one. I'm hoping it's an ongoing series. I mean, it looks like it's an ongoing series. It's up in like 30s and 40s. So I'm hoping that they're going to stick around until the artist and writer are gone as far as life. Because I really like those books, or that book. Another one I really like is Fairest from Vertigo. I like that book a lot. So those are my books at under 200, those are the books under 200 that I'm working on right now. Next up is I'm going to give a couple of shout outs. First one, it's my first shout out here for this contest is going to be Adam Day. Adam lives over in the UK, and giving him the first shout out because he's almost always the first person to watch one of my videos, and he's almost always the first person to comment on one of them. He seemed, other than delving into DC quite a bit more, he and I seem to be pretty close on a lot of books. Although I don't appreciate that bullshit with you telling me how much those Eagle Moss cost. Oh man, that just fucking sucks. $5 for an Eagle Moss figure. Man, that's not fair, buddy. So yeah, Adam. Shout out to you. Next shout out is to Tim. Tim Morant. He's burning up the charts here on YouTube a little bit. Again, he's another person also. A lot of books that he buys and reads and stuff is very similar to my taste. So Timmy. Oh yeah, and not only is Tim burning up the charts a little bit, but he's getting his buddies to come in. So far, he's had one guy on twice onto his little channel. I guess they were at work fucking off, and so they did a little video. And then he's got another friend that, in his most recent video, he had two guest appearances. So I guess the goofing off at work was, I don't remember their names because I'm shitty like that. But I guess so. The goofing off at work was the cameo for the first guy, and the last video is his first full appearance in a Tim Morant video. And So I guess the last one is the cameo of the next guy. So anyways, so Tim is not just burning up the charts on YouTube, but he's bringing other guys into YouTube, into his channel, and we'll see if they don't spin off into their own YouTube title. So that's it for Tim. The next one is a guy I discovered fairly recently. He's probably got about 15, 20 videos, and I find him entertaining. His name is Jimmy C. I think he lives up in, sounds to me like he lives in New Jersey, New York area. And one thing I miss about living in New Jersey is the place was just, you could find Silver Age books like crazy up there for a decent price. But again, this was like in '99 when I lived in Jersey, so might be a little different now. But anyways, it was just a great place to live as far as comics went. So Jimmy C, there's my shout out to you. Now I'm going to get into my stealth buys. The first one I showed, I may have showed both of these books before. I don't remember. I know I showed one of them. And so the deal with this book is it wasn't really a stealth buy because the guy brought it into the shop. He knew he didn't bring it into the shop. He brought it in and he was talking to my boss. It was a book that he brought in because he needed some quick cash for himself. So he was willing to unload it fairly inexpensive. I got it for probably $100, $150 less than what its value is. So again, this book is beat to shit. It's fucking terrible. If it was any other book, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But it is the first full appearance of Wolverine. So it's Incredible Hulk 181. Again, I paid $100 for this book. So it's not like I didn't find it in the bin, so it may not really qualify as a stealth buy because I didn't have to sneak it up to the counter and hope that the guy didn't notice what I was trying to purchase. He brought it to, like, I was just at work one day and it showed up out of the blue, and yeah, for $100 I couldn't pass this up. But as you can see, it's not in great shape. Yeah, see. But anyways, like I said, it's probably worth 100, 150 more than that. Now this next book, again, I was sitting at work, but this was back in '99 when I was stationed in New Jersey, and I was still in the Navy, so I was sitting at work, and out of the blue, one of the guys that I didn't work with him, but I knew him pretty well, and so we got to talk. We always got to talking. I collected comic books, and he collected not comic books, but one title, and well, maybe 4 titles at the time, but one title mainly. He was mainly a Spider-Man fan, and so we would talk about Spider-Man quite a bit. Then one day, out of the blue, I'm in work in my office, and he comes in, and he hands this to me, and this cost me nothing, so it's not really a purchase. So I think both of my stealth buys don't really qualify, but they're the best things that I've got for, fairly. But anyways, I'm rambling. I got this book for free. I didn't ask him for it. He gave it to me because we were friends, and I guess he had an extra one. So I got Amazing Spider-Man 129 for free. This is like a mid-grade copy. The cover's really not too bad. What really kind of does this book in as far as its grade is, maybe you can see, let me see. See the staples? You can see where the cover's a bit loose. Other than that, it's not horrible. It's not in horrible shape. So, Amazing Spider-Man 129. So, the value of these 2 books is whatever it is. I paid $100 for them. Well, I paid $100 for this one. This one was just a random act of kindness from a friend of mine before the days of YouTube and ROAKs, or yeah, whatever we call them. So, anyways, there you go. Tom, congratulations. Tom, congratulations on 200 subs. I think you're over 200 by now. Yeah, thanks for doing the contest, and thank you for watching.